like if more people knew the ocean and sharks the way that I've been able to experience it and see the things I've been able to see, they wouldn't sit by passively and let it be decimated.
I grew up with an intense fear of sharks. It wasn't until I became a diver and got to really see how sharks really were that kind of changed my perception on them.
Teaching diving, you get all these people that you're introducing to the ocean, and one of the biggest fears that they have is, oh my gosh, am I going to see a shark? And my immediate response is, you're lucky if you get to see a shark.
I met Ocean in 2006, and it was kind of like into my journeys as a photographer and a shark diver, trying to change perceptions. And what I realized overall was just that I was getting all these beautiful images of sharks, and still people were walking away looking at the imagery and still being scared. Getting her diving with the animals and capturing those images, that seemed to really evoke a little question and a change of perception, like, wow, there's a girl swimming with these sharks. And then you find out that not only is she beautiful, but she's also a marine biologist who's like into saving sharks. And so then that kind of sparks the whole question of, can we coexist, and changing the negative media that's out there.
By the time I publish a paper, how many hundreds of millions of sharks will have been killed? And so where can I really make a bigger impact for the world? Is it publishing a paper on shark body language, or is it actually like sharing the beauty of the ocean? So we're taking you out to sea is a natural aggregation site. This aggregation site has been identified. What we're trying to do is incorporate a level of ecotourism. People can actually come out, experience the science, experience what it's like to meet a shark, to dive with a shark. All I'm trying to do is facilitate people to experience sharks in their natural environment, and the sharks are kind of speaking up for themselves at that point. I just kind of feel like a translator in a way.
It's not something you saw on TV, it's not something you read in a book. You actually experienced it, right? So that drives, I think, a lot more talks about conservation, you know, and sharing that from that first-hand experience is just really a lot more powerful.
From Alaska to Hawaii to Mexico, California, there's less than 350 great white sharks, which are such an incredible species, so misrepresented in the media traditionally, and we've had so many incredible encounters, and so we tried to do the anti-Jaws piece. There's a great white, there's the little blonde girl, just like in the movie, but in the movie, which is fictitious, the little blonde girl gets eaten, right? So in reality, what's happening? We're coexisting.
They're showing that, you know, the fish stocks are way healthier when the sharks are in bigger numbers, because they're stopping disease and bacteria from spreading throughout the ocean. And essentially, we get 50% of all our oxygen that we breathe from the ocean. Everyone's in a big rush to protect the ocean, which is awesome because it needs the protection, you know?
The overall mission is really to help save the oceans for future generations. And by focusing on sharks, because they are the most threatened species of animal on the planet and one of the most heavily misrepresented and misunderstood. And that's probably the species that I have the most experience with. It's kind of like, what kind of terrible person would I be if I didn't speak up for them?
I was having a hard pressed time to get friends to come out and dive with me and go with sharks. And then now people are paying to come out and do it, and they're helping support the research and the conservation now. That's like, it's so amazing to see what can be accomplished even within 15, 20 years, you know?
I've hit my bucket list. I could die tomorrow happily, and I'm more than happy to live my life for a greater cause, and that's for them. And that's my way of giving back to them, because for me, like, they've given me the best moments of